You ever look at some people and wonder, how do they do it? How do they seem to thrive when things get chaotic while others just crumble? You know, the people who get knocked down by failure and somehow bounce back even stronger? Well, I can tell you the answer isn't luck, it's not money, and it's not even raw talent. It's something way more powerful, and it's something you actually have complete control over. We are talking about the mastery of your own mindset. Come on, be honest. How many times has this exact thought popped into your head right when you're facing a tough challenge? And what about this one? That quiet, nagging little whisper of self-doubt that always seems to show up when you're about to take a leap? If any of that sounds familiar, you are definitely not alone. Millions of us, every single day, are torpedoing our own happiness with these exact thoughts. But here's the thing. What if I told you there's a way to completely flip the script? It all starts with that voice. You know, that internal monologue that's always running in the background. That's where the entire battle is won or lost. And just recognizing it, just hearing it, that's the very first step to taking that control. So what's the real secret then? We've already said it's not about luck or money. Turns out the single greatest predictor of your success and your happiness is your mindset. It's like this invisible force that ends up shaping pretty much everything in your life. And look, this isn't just some feel-good motivational quote. This is a fundamental truth. The way you think literally becomes the way you live. Your internal world is constantly creating your external reality. Okay, let's use a simple but really powerful metaphor to get our heads around this. Just think of your mind as a garden. It's this fertile piece of land, ready and waiting to grow whatever you decide to plant in it. And this brings you to a really basic choice. If you're constantly planting seeds of negativity, doubt, fear, complaining, you're going to harvest a garden choked with weeds. It's inevitable. But if you intentionally plant seeds of positivity, gratitude, belief, optimism, your life is going to bloom with opportunity. It's that simple. You are the gardener. Now let's be super clear about something. Having a positive mindset doesn't mean you stick your head in the sand and pretend problems don't exist. Not at all. It's about having this unshakable belief that no matter what life decides to throw at you, you've got the inner strength to handle it. Think about it this way. Two people can get hit by the exact same storm. One of them is left totally broken, feeling like a victim of their circumstances. But the other one, they emerge stronger because they understand that life isn't about what happens to you. It's about how you choose to respond. And this is where the rubber really meets the road. This core difference in how we respond becomes crystal clear when we're facing the thing that most of us fear, failure. See, the victim mindset asks this passive, helpless question, why is this happening to me? But a winner's mindset asks a totally different question. It's active, it's powerful. What is this trying to teach me? It seems like a small shift in language, but it reframes failure from being a dead end into being a lesson, a stepping stone. And here's why that little shift is so incredibly important. Your brain is always listening. This is actually based on the science of neuroplasticity, the idea that our brains aren't fixed, they physically change based on our thoughts. So when you say, I can't, your brain hears that as a command. It accepts defeat and it literally stops looking for solutions. So the real question is, what commands are you giving your brain? All right, so this all sounds good in theory, but how do we actually do it? How do we build this mental strength day in and day out? Well, a positive mindset isn't something you're born with. It's a skill. It's a muscle you build through daily discipline. It really boils down to 4 key daily practices. First, practice gratitude, actively looking for what's good instead of what's missing. Second, reframe failure as feedback, not as the end of the world. Third, and this one's huge, you have to protect your energy. And finally, you have to release the past. Let go of the stuff that's just weighing you down. Let's just double-click on that third point for a second, protecting your energy. Negativity is so contagious. If you're surrounded by people who are always complaining, always gossiping, always doubting, that energy is going to seep in and poison your own mindset. You have to be the guardian at the gate of your own mind. You've got to choose your company wisely. This is about actively giving your brain better commands. So instead of I can't, you switch it to I will find a way. Now, this isn't some magical thinking. That simple phrase is a command that shifts your brain from shutdown mode into problem-solving mode. By repeating things like this, you are literally carving out new positive pathways in your brain, making optimism your new default setting. And when you really commit to these practices, you're not just changing your thoughts, you're actually designing your future. A whole new reality starts to take shape around you. And the benefits? They're totally tangible. Study after study shows that people who cultivate a positive mindset see real, measurable results. We're talking lower stress levels, a huge boost in confidence, and even stronger, healthier relationships. Your positivity changes your whole vibe, and that energy just attracts better things into your life. And remember, this whole journey, it's not always going to be easy. There are going to be tough days, but those struggles, they're what forge your character. Those difficult roads are the ones that lead to the most beautiful destinations. The person you're becoming through all this, they are worth every bit of the hardship. So, what's the big takeaway here? What does this all boil down to? It's that the power to change everything has been in your hands this whole time. You don't have to wait for your circumstances to change. Your new life, your new reality, it doesn't start tomorrow or next year. It begins right now, the very moment you decide to think differently.